All right, let's get into it. Well, it's Friday.
It is. Again. It's like every week. Yep. Welcome to another episode of the Warfighter Tobacco Podcast. Today we have our I don't even know what we call him now. I was going to say Texas sales rep. He now covers Texas, Louisiana, Oklahoma.
He's our token Air Force. Oh, no, we have two of those.
See, that's what I mean. I don't know what to call him.
South regional, something. Yeah. Southeast regional sales.
Our loan.
Yeah.
Our loan
sales.
Yeah. So Eric covers Texas, Louisiana, and Oklahoma for us right now. We just opened up Louisiana, Oklahoma for him at the beginning of the year. And so he's making his rounds up there. And as we're getting ready to go to TPE, actually, when this goes live, we're
back from TPE.
We'll be coming home from TPE that same day. But yeah, so as we're speaking now, we fly out in less than 24 hours to go hit up a cigar trade show in Las Vegas. This one's pretty interesting. It's not just cigars.
Right.
It's called Total Product Expo. And they do premium cigars. They do CBD.
Delta 8.
Vape.
All the gummies.
Essentially, they do a lot of stuff for head shops. And convenience stores. But they started breaking into the premium cigar market. And more retail manufacturers have been setting up and attending.
And what percentage of cigar brands or what percentage of cigars at this trade show? I would say probably 30%.
Yeah, so 20, 30 maybe.
20 to 30%.
Probably, honestly,
it's probably 20%.
By footprint size and by number of businesses, we're probably under 10%.
Probably.
But there's still, I don't know, 150 exhibitors on the premium cigar side or more.
At least, yeah. It's a good show. It's fun.
Yeah. The CBD vape side of things is it's kind of like the Wild Wild West, right? It's like what PCA was before people realized they're having a big dick contest.
You can definitely see.
Well, there's a color change in the carpet. Premium cigars are red carpet.
Yeah.
Everything else is on a blue carpet.
But you can definitely see the marketing strategies are different.
Oh, big time.
Because I think most of that other show, probably their target demographic is probably male and female till about
14 to 22.
Yeah, I was going to say 28. But yeah.
It's supposed to be 21 plus, but all the majority of all the regulations that are happening are because of vape.
Yeah.
And you fight me on this, I'll fight you all day long on it.
Yeah.
But they came around, they were very unregulated. They were marketing to whoever was going to give them money, which was people that were not of legal smoking age. And they got their pee-pee slapped. And then now they have
we almost got dragged into the pee-pee slap.
I was getting into there. And then so now the FDA and the U.S. government is cracking down hardcore on that industry. And they tried to lump in premium cigars into it. Because essentially the powers that be of the vape industry were like, well, you guys don't regulate cigars like this. And they're like, hey, cigars, come on over here.
Yeah.
And the cigar industry is like, we don't play that game.
Well,
we're drastically different.
They wanted to know all of our ingredients, and then we had to be tested. But all of our ingredients are tobacco.
Some water, some sun.
Yeah.
A little bit of love.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's about it.
Yeah. Like so.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't, what's the ingredients of vape?
Sure.
Yeah. Of Fruit Loops vape.
Sure.
Chemicals.
Essential oils.
Right. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah. I have no idea. And I think some of these vape companies don't have an idea either because they're just buying from a manufacturer.
Yeah.
Or, so who knows? I'm glad it's an industry I'm glad I'm not in.
Yes. But I also like being adjacent to it because this trade show it's entertaining.
Oh, the people watching is gold.
Yes. So like the cigar industry, you rarely see where like a cigar brand will hire like Vegas girls to work the booth. Like it's a very rare thing.
It just doesn't work.
It doesn't work. You don't see it a lot. But in all of that other industry, that's all it is.
It is. And they have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah. You just have like hot Vegas girls handing out bullshit bags and brochures and
whatever. Samples.
Who
knows?
Yeah. So it's weird. And then when it's funny because like I'll take a lap around the whole show, right?
Yep.
And I'll be smoking a cigar, and you'll hear all this other brand stuff's like, oh, cigars are disgusting. Like, you know, they're bitching about my smoking the rest of the show. And then they'll do a lap and walk the cigar section and they'll smell like marijuana.
Yeah.
Right. There's not supposed to be marijuana at the show.
It's CBD flower.
Right. So
it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's just they can do it without having.
And then so all the whole cigar trade shows complaining about them walking through smoking their marijuana and
like I'm all about legalizing weed. But
I'm neutral to it, but it's funny to watch.
When I'm walking down a public place and all you smell is weed, like come on, you know, like come on,
yeah. But when the worlds collide, it's pretty entertaining.
Yep.
And then they do have a really good party. They have an industry party, and it's usually a lot of fun. So I give them that. But this will be Eric. This will be your first time at TPE and your second trade show.
Yes.
So let's get into who the hell is Eric. So Eric, where were you born? And what's your government name?
My government name is Michael Eric Spurlock.
All right.
But everyone calls you Eric.
Yeah.
Okay.
My dad goes by Michael, which is his middle name, so we go by our middle names.
Is his first name Eric?
No, his name's Fred Michael.
Oh, okay.
And then, I was born in Carthage, Texas, which is a small East Texas town. It's close to like Nacogdoches, Texas.
Okay.
From a real small town, smaller than here in Shirts.
Right.
So I wanted to get the fuck out.
Yeah.
So I went straight to the Air Force out of high school.
Okay.
Okay.
And so I went to basic here in San Antonio.
Yeah.
Shipped my ass straight to Korea.
Okay.
Well, that definitely got you out of Carthage, Texas.
You put on your dream sheet, Hawaii, Germany, all that shit. Straight to Korea.
Right. Well, that was on your dream sheet, right?
Yeah. Hawaii was on my dream sheet. No, Korea was not on my dream sheet.
I was like, you put Korea? Wait a minute.
No, I put all the good shit. And Korea.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it was fun.
So what year did you go to basic training?
93.
93. And you did how many years in the Air Force?
4 years.
And what did you do in the Air Force?
I was aircraft supply for C-141s, C5 aircrafts.
So does the Air Force use C-141s anymore?
Not sure. I know they use C5s.
They don't.
They don't.
They don't.
We found this out because Scott and I had an argument one day.
Yeah.
Shit.
Because I've jumped out of a C-141.
Oh, wow.
Because they're essentially a C-130, but with jets instead of props.
Yeah.
And I can't remember why or how we were talking about it, but they stopped using those, I think.
In 95 or 6.
Mid to late 90s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
No,
I'm
it was
just
mid to late 2000s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just dating all of us, right? Because there's definitely military equipment that I used that is sure as fuck no longer in service.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So yeah, shipped me there, which was kind of fun. And you could drink at 18 in Korea, so that was fun.
Yeah.
Lots of soju.
Mm-hmm.
Then my second station was Guam,
Nice.
Anderson Air Base. 16 months on the beach.
Nice.
Again, you could drink at 18 as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm only probably like 19, 20 at this time.
Right.
So it's a party show. Then shipped me to California, Travis Air Base, California.
So you had 3 bases?
3 bases in
4
4
years.
Yeah.
Wow.
2 short tours. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did
Korea's what, a year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did 10 years in 1 base.
Oh.
See, they can't do. Most people can't do longer than a year in Korea without losing rank.
Right.
So that's what they keep their rotations at. You get 12 months.
That's valid.
You get enough time to fuck up.
I did take a hop to Japan on the C5
Nice.
from Guam because I
Okay.
wanted to check it out. So that was pretty fun.
Oh yeah.
I got to see a lot of
Little
cool places.
space available. Is it what they call
Yeah.
it?
Yeah,
So
space
you're
air
sitting
flights.
just fucking on the wall with all the pallets of shit in the back of the C5.
Nice.
So that was my Air Force career. Got married at the tail end of it
Yeah.
and moved to Houston, Texas. Then ended up,
I didn't know you live in Houston.
for a little bit, just a little bit, couple years.
Okay.
My uncle lives there still. And then, so it's kind of a rotation. So what brought me to San Antonio, I was living near Tyler, Texas, all my son's life. And he graduated. He goes to UTSA. We just graduated from UTSA College.
Yeah.
So I moved here about 4 years ago. And I bought a house near SeaWorld in 2020. So, yeah. So I was in different kind of sales before this. I was like a Cintas uniform salesman.
Right.
We're a huge corporation.
How long did you do that?
6 years.
6 years. So what'd you do before that and after you got out of the Air Force?
I've been in sales the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I worked for Orkin Pest Control Sales.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Did that for a couple of years. I also worked for Nabisco Foods Company.
Yeah.
Okay.
Salesperson for Oreo cookies and Chips Ahoy's and all this stuff.
I mean, you're in really good shape for being a Nabisco salesman. that would have fucked me all up.
I know.
Like, it's okay. You could pay me in Oreos.
Yeah, I had fucking Oreos and all kinds of shit in my house. So yeah, I did that for a little bit. I did a little stint in the oil field. I had a friend that owned an oil field company, and I made that move because it was way more money, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But then I ended up getting laid off because the oil field went.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, when I made the move to here, I was wanting to do a different sales. Tired of the corporate bullshit, right?
Yep.
The red tape. So
Are we corporate?
semi, not all the micromanaging bullshit.
I was like, oh.
No, not corporate.
Yeah.
But yeah, so when I started working here, Scott was like, just know we're not a Fortune 500 company now, okay?
Yeah.
Don't be going out and getting $300 hotel rooms, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it started out in Texas. So I started on July the 1st, and he's like, "You going to the Vegas show with us July 7th?"
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thrown to the
So
wolves.
thrown into the fire, right? So I didn't really say much. I was just like a puppy, following everybody, Dave and everybody around.
Because what was your cigar experience before working for Warfighter?
I mean, I smoked cigars, you know. I didn't really go to cigar lounges and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I'd smoke cigars with buddies around fire pits and
Right.
Yeah.
whiskey and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But I never knew there was that many cigar lounges
Right.
Yeah.
like it is. But it's pretty good deal. But my second interview with these guys, they took me to Cigar International for whiskey and a cigar.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, this is a good fucking interview. You know?
So the reason
Yeah.
that we took you to the bar,
Right.
right, is because in the cigar industry, believe it or not, there's a little bit of drinking,
Mm-hmm.
And a little bit of smoke.
a lot of
I've
smoking
learned that.
cigars. Right? I needed to know if
Yeah.
you were going to be a piece of shit when you were drinking or not,
Right.
because you represent Warfighter.
Or if you're social or
Yeah, you got to be social.
Yeah.
You got to be,
Yeah.
and so I felt like that was a good way to, one, you interviewed, let me back up. I put out that we were looking for a job on one of the job search websites, right?
Yeah.
And I think we had, 25 people
Yeah.
apply.
And I think we
I-
scheduled 8 or 10
I think I scheduled 8 or 10 interviews that either no-showed
or canceled the morning of.
or just no-showed.
Wow.
Or one guy was like, "Do I have to smoke cigars?" Like, well, you don't have to, but
It helps.
like, I don't know how you're going to do this job and not like to smoke cigars. So, yeah. You were actually the only person I actually interviewed out of that whole thing.
wow.
And so, yeah, you came in here, we interviewed, you checked a lot of blocks for me, right? Like we wanted a veteran.
Yep.
We wanted somebody in sales. I can teach you cigars, right? That wasn't a big priority for what we were hiring for. And then, the second interview, we went to a cigar lounge and had some whiskeys and I brought my wife because she's a pretty good judge of character. And if you would have sucked and I would have been all about it and she didn't bless off on it, I would have never heard the end of it. So, but no, you've worked out good. And you're on the road a lot.
Right.
Like I literally only see you a couple hours on a Monday, maybe.
Right.
Yeah. And you're on the road a lot and I appreciate that. And I think you've gotten to know a lot of people in the industry.
Right.
You've hit a lot of shops in Texas. And then, January 1st, we gave you Louisiana and Oklahoma to hit.
Yeah.
So,
Excited to bring it in those states as well.
Mhm.
So we're in Texas. We've opened 18 new accounts in the state of Texas.
Nice.
Since August 1st. Right.
Nice.
Starting to field it. So I'm going to try to replicate that in those other states as well.
Oh, yeah.
So we can make it corporate, right?
Never want to be.
It'll never be.
No, we want to
corporate.
be, Black Rifle. That's what we want to be.
I don't know.
get to be like,
We want to be a larger cigar company. I never want to have it feel corporate. I never want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. But so what is your impression going from your previous sales to the cigar industry? Like what are your thoughts?
So totally different industry. What kind of job can you go out and sell cigars and you're sitting here with the shop owners having a whiskey and a cigar, right? In the middle of the day. I have some shops in Dallas that as soon as I walk in, he wants to do a tequila shot, right? So shout out to Texas Smoke. Bob Smalley, okay?
You can't do it all the time.
I know. But yeah, it's been a blast. I mean, very rarely have I came across a person that was rude to me.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you shouldn't be rude to me. I'm giving you a free cigar. So, I mean,
Right.
But I'm gonna give you some samples here. But no, everybody's been really cool. If I'd known this industry was like this, I would have tried this a long time ago.
It's a fun industry.
It's really cool.
The cigar industry is a really good, fun industry.
The vibes in the lounges are an awesome deal.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the military, the veteran.
Yeah.
Good old boys. You're all family in the lounges.
Right.
I was in a lounge in, I think it was Oklahoma. The senator walks in and the judge is over there smoking a cigar.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, yeah, the guys come out all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow. So, I mean, you could have a dump truck driver and a mayor sitting there smoking a cigar together.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't very rarely see that.
Yeah.
Even in the military, you don't see a general smoking with an airman.
Yeah, like the cigar industry, like the military.
Yeah.
Well, one, in the military, there's no social status. You're all a piece of shit.
Right.
In the cigar industry, there's no social status, but you're all equal, right?
Right.
There's no race divisions. The cigar industry is so welcoming to everybody.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons I really like it. And it's cool to see somebody like you who hasn't been in the industry and then go out and be a sales rep. And I know you enjoy it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like it. And
I mean, I was in New Orleans at a shop, never even been into. I'm sitting here smoking. I'm the only white person in there.
yeah,
We're all talking.
it doesn't matter.
There's no colors, no barriers. So, I mean, it's been a good.
In the Army, everybody's green.
Yeah, that's right. Everybody's green,
I can't say what I want to say in the cigar industry because cigars are brown. But you can't say that everybody's brown because
There's no cigar industry uniform. So
no. But no, it's 100% true though. Like this rolled up piece of organic leaves is something that breaks down barriers that are typically there in other environments.
Yeah.
And we've talked about it a lot over the years because it's that impactful. It's so like, unless you experience, I can't explain it to somebody and have them be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But no, come with me. Let me show you. And you see it every day.
The only thing I can equate it to is being in the military.
That's it.
Right. So if you've never been in the military,
not everybody's classified as a piece of shit right out the gate.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you've never been in the military and seen I guess, I don't know, not even equality, but just it's just everybody's there for the same reason, the same mindset.
Yeah.
Like you're there for the same mission, right?
Yeah.
But there's no mission for the cigar industry.
Yeah.
I guess the mission is just to have a good time and
smoke cigars
and chill out, right? Like, so yeah, I don't know what else in life that isn't a little bit divisive or, that is just so as inclusive as the cigar industry. So I really enjoy that.
But yeah, I mean, everywhere I did my homework on Warfighter before I even started with this company. I watched multiple YouTube videos of you guys getting interviewed in
I'm surprised
shows and stuff before.
You interviewed them.
And no. Some of these older guys were interviewing you a few years back at a PCA, I think it was, and they said that you guys must have a really good product. You've made it through the curve.
Yeah.
So if you're past 3 or 4 years in the cigar industry, you got a good product,
right?
Because if you're shit product, you're not going to be around for 5 years. Yeah. No way, because you're taking losses every year.
Yeah.
So I knew you guys had a good product, and then like the brotherhood of the employees here, and everywhere I've went, reps, owners of shops, everybody loves Scott and John. I've never heard bad anythings, so it's been
that's
awesome.
good.
Awesome.
Well, I guess we're doing our job right.
Yeah.
Well, I think if somebody doesn't like me, then they caught me in rare form.
Well, the best part is the
something.
people that we pissed off don't have a fucking leg to stand on to talk shit about.
That's true. That's
because we've pissed them off, but it's for a genuine reason.
Yeah.
And it's just like, go ahead.
It's not so much that we pissed them off.
They fucked up and we called them on it.
Yeah. They pissed us.
And we weren't nice.
Yeah.
And then, to go to Vegas with the president and vice president of a company, I mean, you don't really do that in big companies. You're not going to Vegas with the president and the VP of a company.
Right.
You might be there at the same time, but you're not hanging out with them.
No. So that's pretty cool too. So, but yeah, it's been a fun ride.
So what else? You said your son graduated recently, college?
Yeah, I graduated UTSA college, kinesiology degree. So, but he's going to keep going.
That's a big word that I don't know.
Master's. It's physical therapist.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. That's dumbing it down for the president.
And he won a powerlifting competition the week before he graduated. So he stepped up his game.
Right. Hell yeah.
He's 23 years old. So, but yeah, like I said, it was a circle of life because I went to basic training here at 18.
Yeah.
I moved back here when my son was 18.
Yeah.
So it's like, wow.
Yeah.
It's really cool. But I've always loved San Antonio. We've always came to Riverwalk and shit. Summertime, and it was just a blessing to buy a house. And during COVID at 2020, at 2% interest rate.
Right.
I mean,
okay. Yeah.
wow. Yeah. So,
yep.
It's been an awesome deal here. But yeah, I mean, it's nothing but fun. It's like sometimes I'm sitting back at the lounge having a cigar with the guy, and I'm like, shit, I'm getting paid for this.
That's,
like, what the fuck? Yeah.
I like to tell people, when we're out places and having good conversations and things, and they're like, oh, you have a cigar company, like that must be awesome. Like, so what do you do?
Yeah.
And as I'm literally sitting here like this, and I'm like, well, I get to drink whiskey and smoke cigars, and this is work.
Yeah.
And they're like, what? And I'm like, there's a lot more that goes into it that I'm not going to talk about.
For me and you, it's probably 10, 20% of the work.
As doing this?
Yeah.
Or maybe less.
Maybe
so
less.
much more shit that's not
right. But that
in theory, I get to say this.
Say 10%, right?
Yeah.
That 10% makes up for all the other shit
right.
we got to do, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm as much as I hate going to Vegas, I love going to the trade show to meet up with we call them consumers, but they're
our retail
partners. So they're the people that you buy our cigars from.
Yeah.
Is who we meet at the show.
Yeah, cigar shops and lounges.
It's not a show that's open to the public.
Yeah.
So you have to own a cigar shop.
But one of the best parts about going to the shows is if you want to talk to that many shops and that many other manufacturers, you got to put 25, 30,000 miles on a vehicle going to all these shops. It's going to take you months.
Yeah.
Or you have a crazy 72 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And PCA is much better at the networking side of things because the amount of shops and brands that are there, because it's everybody at that. It's cigar specific only. TPE is still really good because you get a good majority also. And you have a bunch of other brands that are there too. But just being able to network with that many people in your industry at the same time.
Yeah.
And like we were just talking about the drinking and smoking part of it, like you take orders on the show floor, but the business gets done at the bars after the show closes for the day.
So like when we originally started the cigar brand, right? We had no idea that it was such a relationship based business.
Yeah.
I was very ignorant to it.
Yeah. 100%.
I'm like, we're going to have a dealer portal and it's going to be like any other industry where
we're going to use technology in our favor.
Yeah. The cigar industry, it's all relationship based.
Yeah.
So the 2 trade shows a year is where you actually get a look for us. Like that's all you do is relationship, right? You go to all the shops in your area and that's relationship based. For John and I, we don't get to get out of the office quite as much, but the trade shows, we see all those people and that's when we get to build our relationship.
Yeah.
And so, if you're a shop that's listening to this and if you want to come talk to us, we want to tell us your story. We want to hear it. We really do. I love hearing about it.
Well, I'm looking forward to the trade shows this year because I won't be a virgin this time.
Right.
So
you know what to
I'm standing
expect.
behind Dave and Scott and them, and just kind of figuring it out at the PCA. So I'm excited for this one.
So hindsight, right?
Yeah.
Looking back, do you think it would have been more advantageous for you to not go to that show and try to learn everything and then get out on the road? or would it be more? Would you done better by going to the show like you did,
And
then getting out on the road?
No, going to the show because it builds your confidence. I mean, you've seen all that. It's a
well, I think it opens your eyes
Yeah.
to the industry. Before I started Warfighter as a brand,
yeah.
I went to the trade show
Yeah.
because I knew from the gun store I went to SHOT Show, and when you go to SHOT Show, you see the whole industry. You're like, this is massive,
Yeah.
right? So before I started a new endeavor, I wanted to go to their trade show
And see everything.
and see it. And I think, being able to see it before you get into it, it really helps.
Open your eyes.
Well, it gives you,
Yeah.
it gives you that drive,
Yeah.
a little bit of an excitement. You get to see what everybody else is doing. You get a feel for what the atmosphere is, right?
Mhm.
SHOT Show has its own atmosphere.
Right.
It's way different than this.
Way different.
Way different than the cigar trade show.
Way bigger, you told me. Yeah.
Well, it's bigger, but like
But
just the
it's-
feel of it. Everybody, it's just a different feel.
The cigar trade show it's like a cocktail hour,
All right.
right? Where SHOT Show is
It's like the subway in New York.
on cocaine.
Yeah, really.
Yeah,
It's just chaos, but it's semi-organized.
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah,
I smoked my first Cuban cigar there too, as well.
yeah. Nice.
Somebody gave me a Cuban. I was like, oh, nice. So,
I'm sure it was. real.
but no, it opens up your eyes to everything.
Yeah.
I got to meet a lot of the shop owners
Right.
at this show that was in my territory.
Yep.
So that worked. That was
Yeah.
great.
And you got and you got the handoff from
And
Dave,
handoff from Dave as
at the
well.
same time. So that was two birds, one stone with that.
But yeah, that builds a lot of your confidence.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to going to Nicaragua with you guys this year to tour the factory.
Yeah,
That should be fun.
that'll give you something to speak
A little
on.
more knowledge of how the tobacco is made, the cigars are rolled, and everything else.
Yeah, we'll have a couple Nicaragua trips this year.
Yeah, probably quite a few.
Yep.
So what are you into besides work and whatever? Like personally,
What are your hobbies?
Yeah, what do you do?
Yeah, I like to do sports. I play some golf sometimes. Mostly work out in the gym and stuff. Like from the military on, it's just kind of my stress relief, working out,
Right.
lifting heavy rings of weights.
Yeah,
But no, my girlfriend.
Yeah.
I've been dating my girlfriend for over 2 years now.
Nice.
So she's actually in Alaska right now doing a contract job.
yeah.
So, but yeah, it's been awesome. So that's what I do. Just pretty much my girlfriend, my son, work out.
Yeah.
I'm on the road,
Yeah.
having cigars and whiskey.
You enjoy being on the road.
I love it. Yeah.
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 Yeah. It's not for everybody.
Yeah.
I think like I'm good with the road a little bit,
Yeah.
but I know for a fact you enjoy the road. Like
Yeah.
you're not happy when you're sitting in here.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, my other job, I was always on the road. I wasn't out
Yeah.
of town
Right.
as much, but I was always out in the field
Yeah.
all the time. Yeah, because the days go by.
Was that your watch that dinged?
No, that was somebody else's.
Ah,
Yeah.
Who's
So-
watched dinged?
That was the laptop. That was me.
And you,
That was-
sir.
that was on me.
And you, sir, can go fuck yourself.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, now
For the listener,
I'm going to play devil's advocate.
Justin was just giving me shit about my watch going off, my phone going off, and I'm like, this has not happened in
But
a long
that was his iPad.
Don't care. Was it my iPad?
No, I'm just saying that's just one more thing you have to add now.
Yep. That's on me. That's on me.
All right.
Also, if you guys are in the San Antonio area for Super Bowl Sunday, be sure to stop by 49 Cigar Lounge. We're having a Super Bowl cut and light event with Santo Tequila.
Nice.
So should be a good show.
And what time is that?
5 to 9 p.m.
5 to 9.
Yeah.
Or you can stay later. It's fine. But 5 to 9 p.m. So you're going to get free tequila. We got cigar deals. It's going to be a good deal.
Nice.
But what else we got?
Yeah. And then we usually do like a featured cigar lounge. And you mentioned one that you just went and visited in your new territory.
Mr. Zach.
So do tell.
Mr. Zach, combat veteran, owns Combat Monkey Cigars. It's near Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. So go by and visit those guys. Super good shop. Nice lounge in the back. Good selection of cigars, especially Warfighter.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he's been he's on the count for probably over a year now.
Yeah, probably pushing that. Yeah.
And for a while, he was the only one in Oklahoma City that carried our cigars. It's because we didn't have anybody up there.
So
So eventually that's going to change, but he does have an awesome lounge. He is a prior military. He was a grunt,
yeah,
infantry.
work with special forces.
and just a good dude. He's got a couple other business ventures that he has going on as well. Kind of like a lot of the guys that get out of the military and they just grind until they get whatever.
Figure out something that works.
Yeah, professions that that they want to keep going on. And he's doing a couple different things, and all in all, just a great dude.
Yes, so go by and see his shop. Also, give me a follow on my Instagram page. I need some followers. It's Warfighter Eric Instagram.
Yep.
Warfighter_Eric.
No, just Warfighter.
Yeah, it's all one word.
Oh, is
we
it?
fucked up.
Yeah.
It's
It's just one word, but nobody else had it. So
Follow us too.
and follow
Yeah.
Warfighter John and Warfighter Scott.
So it's funny. My mom keeps asking about our new guy Rick, and I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "We don't have a guy named Rick that works here, Ma." And she's like, "Oh, I see him on stuff on social media all the time." And I'm like, "What?" Like, I am so confused. She's like, "Yeah, it's Warfighter Rick," and I'm like, "Ma,
Oh, it combined.
it's Warfighter Eric," and she's like, "Oh."
So that's what the underscore is for. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it's for, Rick.
To make it. So now I call me Rick. I can see how she gets that. Kind of, yeah.
That was pretty
all
funny.
Combined.
Because I was so confused. Like, I was on the phone with her, and it said like 5 minutes. I'm like, "Mom, we don't have somebody named Rick that works for us. I'm sorry." No, I see his stuff all over. I'm like, "What?"
Yeah. But yeah, follow Warfighter _John and Warfighter _Scott. JON.
So what's your favorite Warfighter cigar?
The 50 cal.
Which one?
Puro Maduro.
All right.
Usually I like a Robusto size. Although I did try the 660 out. I like a 660 as well. But yeah, I like the bold.
What's your least favorite Warfighter cigar?
Probably the Corojo. It's just too much pepper for me.
Oh, okay.
It's just a little too much pepper. But
I like the diversity of palettes that we have
yeah.
because like that's Jazz's favorite.
Right.
That's it's a lot of people's favorites, and yeah,
Well, my second one is probably Rosado.
yeah,
Like you said, kind of like seasoned steak.
yeah. I like the Rosado.
Those are my go-tos. I mean, a morning smoke can't go wrong in Connecticut.
Yeah,
The Field, Connecticut. That's a good mild cigar with coffees. And that's one of our best sellers as well, I think.
it really is. That thing sells great.
That one, Night Shift.
The Rosado is the worst seller,
I know.
which I don't understand it.
I think it's 50 cal
Come on, people, buy the
Connecticut.
Rosado.
and Night Shift. My Rosados, please. Expand your palates.
Yeah, smoke more. Speaking of smoking more, did we go over what everyone's smoking right now?
No,
Okay, let's do that.
let's do that.
I had to redo the past 10 minutes in my head real quick because I'm like, fuck, we just talked about cigars. We talked about what we're actually smoking. I'm smoking a Night Shift because it's delicious and phenomenal. Yeah.
I'm smoking a Connecticut, Field, Connecticut. Because I've already had my favorite Maduro already. So
There you go.
And Scott's his go-to.
I got a 660 762 Garrison Rosado. And what are you drinking?
I'm drinking some Basil Hidden Dark Ride.
So, which is delicious.
It is.
Who brought this?
Bradley Freeman,
Bradley Freeman brought us Devil's River Agave Bourbon.
which is actually really good,
It's really good.
but it's super sweet.
It's sweet, but man, this is really good bourbon. So I've had a couple other Devil's River before, and one of them I liked a little bit,
yeah.
and the rest kind of like,
I didn't like them.
But this one is, I've never had an agave bourbon
Yeah.
before.
I've heard that was good.
Yeah, it's really good. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking the blackened, the Metallica.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
from my brother-in-law Chad. So
Yeah. I'm still sticking with anything that has river or creek in it isn't the greatest.
oh, you're not wrong. You're not right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
River and Creek.
What's the one Chris Freeman got us that we thought would suck because of the name. Oh, that was fucking owl.
Kentucky Owl.
Kentucky Owl. Okay.
Yeah,
you're
that doesn't have River Creek.
You're
That
right.
was really good.
You're right. That was really good.
That just looked like a basic bottle, and we tried it. And we're like, holy shit, this is
yeah,
delicious.
like Kentucky
Owl. Yeah.
No, it's good shit. River and Creek.
Like Ranger Creek, and it's not bad,
It's not bad.
right?
Rebecca Creek.
Yeah,
Rebecca Creek. Yeah,
yeah.
not bad.
Uh,
I like Rebecca Creek better than Garrison Brothers,
Yeah.
yeah.
but we're talking Texas whiskeys. So, which Devil's River is?
The majority of River Creeks come from Texas.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Shout out to Horse Soldier too. It's over there. It's almost empty though.
that's delicious.
yeah. But yeah, these kids. We talked about this years ago.
Yeah.
River Creek. It's not the greatest.
What's a Hayden?
It's good. It's not River Creek.
What does it translate to? It might be.
Well, I don't know. I have no idea.
River Creek. I'm gonna pay attention to that now.
Yep.
But the agave, I tell you what, it's sweet, but it's good. I think it's just whiskey and syrup,
Yeah.
like maple syrup.
Agave syrup.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can you get agave syrup for pancakes?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't do it. What I would do is I would get agave syrup and mix it with tequila on the rocks.
Isn't that what tequila is?
There's
Is there
Ish.
there's literally an agave syrup?
Yeah. They have it at Costco.
it's almost every liquor store. Like, you find it all over the place.
So it's a thing for booze. I'm talking
Yeah.
like pancake syrup.
There's no difference. It's the same. It's just not brown or tastes like maple syrup.
Just tell you. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to try some agave syrup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna have it on.
I would mix it with tequila and ice.
Oh, I've tried that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that what
it's like a
for?
margarita, but without all the other bullshit.
What do you mix it? I mean, is that normally what it's for though?
It depends on where. Yes.
Okay.
In theory, yes. You can use it in cocktails. Well, there's craft cocktails that use it.
I've never had one that I know of.
Yeah. Yeah, like if you go to Bourbon and Branch, I guarantee you they have it.
I'm gonna next time I go in there, I'm gonna order a drink. And I'm gonna say something with agave syrup.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And
I don't care what the
There's
booze
a
is.
laundry list of shit that they can make
Okay.
for you. But
All right.
the majority of it is going to be a tequila base.
Okay.
Just because,
Yeah.
that's why with this, it was a little different because it's not tequila.
Right.
And that's why I was like, it's just too sweet for me.
I get it.
Because there's some bourbons that already have a natural sweetness.
So is agave a sugar-based plant?
No, it's an agave
Yeah.
plant.
Right.
Um,
It's its own thing.
But it has a high sugar content in it.
Okay.
And that allows them to be able to use them to ferment it into tequila.
Right.
They have between the natural sugars and sugars added, it ferments into alcohol.
Kind of looks like a big aloe vera plant.
Pretty much.
What it looks like.
But using it in bourbon, I mean, yeah,
All right.
but
It's good.
yeah, yeah.
Be sure to stop by warfightertobacco.com. You get your 120 millimeter Abrams tank ashtrays,
Yeah. We got a lot
lighters,
of those.
and cutters as well. So,
Yeah. So TPE. Yeah. If you're a shop owner and you listen to this podcast.
TP already passed. Come see us at PCA.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Friday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come see us at PCA.
Yeah.
March 22nd.
But if you did see us at TPE and you're listening to this, thanks for coming by, man.
Yeah.
It was great hanging out with you.
I was gonna say, let us know you listen to the podcast, but it's gonna be hard to do when
Right.
this comes out when we're back.
It's been a crazy beginning of the year for us. Normally January is pretty chill. It's kind of a slower month sales wise. It's kind of a slower month travel wise.
Yeah.
And we usually have a trade show towards the end of the month. For some reason this year, our January has been chaotic.
Yeah.
For lack of better words.
Well, I think the last show we talked about SHOT Show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we went to SHOT Show. We did the dog and knife hunt. We did a couple other trips. You went to the Central America.
Yeah, I went to Costa Rica.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been nuts.
And
Sales
now-
been going really well.
Now we just got back from TPE.
Right.
It went great, I think. I don't know. We'll see.
It went great. Yeah.
Right. But yeah, so we got TPE, and then 50 days after TPE is over, we have PCA.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. But it's going to be really fun getting out there at TPE and talking with everybody else.
Huge events also at March 9th. There's one in East Texas, Longview, Texas. We have a multi-vendor Warfighter event there.
At which
Tobacco
shop?
Junction,
Okay.
Longview, Texas. Also Fort Worth, Texas. Underground Cigar was what's
Yeah,
that?
NFG.
event called? NFG event,
NFG 24.
March 9th.
Speaking of NFG 24, I had to do a quick little shout out about that. If you're on the fence about going to NFG, whether you live in Texas or you plan on traveling down for that weekend or not, they're almost sold out on tickets.
Yeah, jump over that.
They're very close, whether it's an attendee ticket or a non-attendee. Not attendee tickets, you get all the cigars in the grab bag, and you get first dibs at buying whatever limited releases are released there. Like we have a limited release that's only available at that day, Underground Cigar Shop, and it's probably going to be sold out within 2 hours. So
Well, I think they only sell them at the event for 4 hours.
that's it.
Yeah.
So if you want to try these cigars or you want to attend it, go to undergroundcigarshop.com, click on NFG 24, follow all the prompts to get your either attendee or not attendee tickets, whether you're showing up or not. But they're going quick and they're almost sold out. So if you want some of our limited release cigars, this is your chance. This is it. But yeah,
So busy March ahead. Yes.
busy February, busy March, busy April so far. And that's about as far as we got planned out yet.
Yeah.
So
I don't think there's any questions.
No, I know last week we talked about what we like in cigar shops. Figured Eric, since you're in them constantly, what are the things that you
what are some things that you notice in a cigar shop that would make you want to go back?
Or that stands it apart from other cigar shops.
Well, not a lot of cigar shops have a full bar. Most of them have lockers, right?
Well, that's
Texas.
Texas.
For memberships.
Yeah.
But that's a Texas thing.
Some of them have bars. Some of them have just beer and wine in their bars. If they have a full blown bar, and you have a cigar lounge with comfortable seating,
Yeah.
Big TVs, all this stuff, you're going to get lots of traffic.
The downfall of doing a bar is now you are a bar
Right.
that people can smoke in instead of a cigar lounge that you can have drinks at.
Right.
It changes the dynamic of
A little bit.
everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, in Texas, there's only a handful of spots that have a bar.
Right.
They have to get special exemptions and licensing and all this crazy stuff. So I think in the state there's less than a dozen, and the majority of them are Cigars International.
Yeah.
Some of the shops are BYOBs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring your own stuff.
Yeah.
Which a lot of them like that.
Yeah.
But I was in one shop. They said they're going to stop doing it because they get people coming in. They don't even buy a cigar. They just go pour themselves a glass of whiskey or whatever, smoke their own cigar, and they leave. So they're going to have to. Yeah.
That's how they run it, though. They just need to make the rules and enforce them.
That's it.
Enforce the
Yeah.
rules.
It's an easy fix. For
If you enforce the rule and that person
Right.
never comes back,
you're not losing anymore.
you're not losing anything.
You're gaining a seat.
Yeah. So then you can find new customers that will come in and support you.
Right.
But yeah, I mean that's definitely an issue. We've talked about it on the show before.
They charge cut fees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. They can have a members only area where any patron can access the humidor, but to go sit down is the members area.
Yeah.
You either have to be a member, you have to buy a minimum purchase amount, or you have to pay a fee to be able to sit back there.
Right. Which is
And
fair.
so
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to mitigate that. But what else do you like to see? Like what like when you besides booze,
Right.
when you walk into a cigar lounge, like and you're like, oh, this place is awesome because of this.
Well, I mean, your size of your humidor is going to mean something as well.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got a good selection of cigars,
Yeah.
rather than real small couple of cabinets, you're going to have more traffic.
Yeah.
You got a big selection to choose from.
Mhm.
I like a cigars lounge to have a diverse selection, not just their main brands.
Right.
Also have the boutique brands as well,
Yeah.
which a lot of the shops that we're in, that's what they have.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, they want to smoke, I guess, Texas-based cigar.
Right.
Right. and want to support local brands.
Yeah.
Which is the cool thing about a Texas-based cigar brand is there's a handful of them.
Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, there's a handful of those.
Yeah. So if Texas secedes, we still have a good selection of cigars.
We're still good. We're still good.
But yeah, I mean, comfortable seating is one. Ample seating.
Yes, there's actually a local cigar shop that has the most uncomfortable chairs I've ever sat in my entire life.
Oh, wow.
We've hung out there a couple times, and when we leave, as the first thing that everybody says as soon as we walk out the door, is like, "Oh man, fuck those chairs."
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna say what shop it is because I don't really like throwing anybody under the bus. Other than that, the place is great.
Yeah.
But I agree on that. If you don't have good chairs, something that somebody can sit in for an hour and relax, because that's the whole point,
Right.
You know what I mean? Then you're missing out. Like, you know, or if you have good chairs, but you're literally it's asshole to elbow, you're just up on top of the person sitting next to you.
Yeah.
Like, okay, take a couple chairs out, make the experience better, and you'll
Right.
make more money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, a lot of the lounges, they'll have separate little cubicle areas for groups can sit in,
Yeah, that's nice.
to where, you know, if you come in with a party of 4 or 5, you got a nice section to sit in. You know,
Right.
Those are nice. Outdoor patios are really nice as well.
Yeah,
You get
especially
good
here.
weather out.
Yeah.
Right.
Some of the lounges have those. Ample TVs for people to, you know,
Yeah.
sit back,
Yep.
watch something.
I can go both ways with TV.
Yeah, me too.
I can either go TV's awesome, cool,
Right.
or you don't have any, even better.
Right.
Like, because then it forces people to actually talk and have
Yeah,
that's true.
conversations.
But some of the lounges, they'll have movie nights.
Yep.
They'll play like Tombstone movies, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it gets groups together, come and smoke cigars, watch a movie together.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. But yeah, that's kind of what I like about the lounges.
Nice.
Yep.
Well, I don't know a lot else.
That's it. Let's finish getting packed up so we can head out to TPE.
Yeah.
We had a day full of podcasts today.
Cheers, guys.
All right. Cheers.
Well, I'd like to say thanks for coming on the show, but you're getting paid for it. No, but seriously, thanks for taking time out of everything, out of your schedule. You know, all the stuff we're doing to get ready for the show, to be able to sit down and let our customer base and retail partners know a little bit more about you on a personal level. There's a lot of times where we get so caught up in the conversations that we're having, the things that we're talking about, whether it's on a sales trip or during an event or whatever, and we're talking about something cigar related or cigar industry related questions or things like that, but it's never anything about us personally.
Right.
So putting our guys on and kind of go down a little bit of a rabbit hole about who you are, where you're from, what you do.
And if you're listening and you've met Eric and you don't like him, it's because he's Air Force. If you really like Eric, it's because he works for Warfighter Tobacco.
Correct.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay.
On that note,
All right, guys.
you guys have fun, and we'll see you next week.
Next time.